Christmas sweets, darling. As all us cakers know very well, big news this week, the royal wedding cake was announced. We got some sneak peeks of info from the baker. So Harry and Meghan have chosen lemon and elderflower sponge. I was like, lemon and elderflower, what an odd combo. I know lemon and elderflower goes, but the only elderflower I have ever tried is elderflower gin, and it was disgusting. It was so bad, but turns out it was the gin's fault, not the elderflower's fault, as I've since discovered. So lemon and elderflower sponge cake, decorated in buttercream with fresh flowers. It's so non-traditional, isn't it? That trend is here to stay now. We're gonna make a lot of buttercream cakes and a lot of fresh flowers, and probably a ton of lemon and elderflower in there. So that being said, I wanted to have a go at my own lemon and elderflower cake, and I wanted to share the recipe with you because it is good. So for my lemon and elderflower sponge cake, I want to bake a 6-inch cake, and I always split my cakes between 2 tins. So for my 6-inch cake, I'm using 200 grams of butter and 200 grams of caster sugar, and I beat those together until they're really nice and light and fluffy. I then add 200 grams of sifted self-raising flour, 4 eggs, the zest of 1 lemon, and a tablespoon of elderflower cordial. Mix it all together, scrape the bowl down if you haven't got all the flour in it, and then give it another mix. Try not to overbeat it at this stage because you'll get a tough cake. Just needs to be mixed until everything is incorporated. Add your mix to your 2 tins and then bake in a preheated fan oven at 160°C. Now my cake took about 30 minutes to bake, but when you press the top of your cakes and they spring back, that is when they are done. Whilst your cakes are baking, you can make a lemon elderflower syrup to soak them in. So for my 6-inch cake, I use the juice of 1 lemon, 1 tablespoon of elderflower cordial, and 45 grams of granulated sugar. I put this in a saucepan and then put it on the hob just until the sugar had dissolved. I let the syrup cool, and once my cake was baked and had cooled for about 10 minutes, I pierced some holes in the top of the cake and then poured the syrup over so it soaks through the sponge. Whilst the cake is cooling, you can make your buttercream. So for that, use 100 grams of butter and 200 grams of icing sugar and 1 tablespoon of elderflower cordial. Give it a really good mix. The longer you mix it, the more pale and fluffy it's going to be, and the lighter in texture it will be. Once the cake was completely cool, I cut the top of each cake off. Now it's up to you how many layers of filling you do here. I did 1 layer of filling in the middle, and then had enough buttercream to just do a rustic buttercream finish around the outside and a more generous amount of buttercream on the top. I just cut the top of each cake off, put a layer of buttercream in the middle and sandwich the layers together, and then I piled a load of buttercream on top and spread that out, and I put my cake on a turntable, laid my palette knife in the middle and spun it outwards until I had a nice swirly pattern on the top of it. I then used a small amount of buttercream to come around the sides of my cake to leave a very rustic semi-naked finish. To finish my cake, I added some fresh flowers because I thought that went really well with the lemon and elderflower flavour, and of course it's what Harry and Meghan are going for, a fresh flower finish. Now this cake is incredibly delicious. Lemon and elderflower work so well together, who knew? And it makes perfect sense that Harry and Meghan have chosen it for their spring wedding. So I really hope you enjoyed that recipe video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and click that subscribe button. There are brand new videos every single Monday. If you are baking or cake decorating this week, make sure you take photos, upload them to Instagram and use hashtag YesDarling, and I will give you a shout out on my stories on Monday. If you would like your own hashtag YesDarling t-shirt, make sure you click the link underneath this video and it will take you to the right place. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week.